Hi there, Old and Surly here. Today I'm going to give a quick look at the newest set that just came out for May the 4th, the MIDI scale Executor Superstar Destroyer set 75356. It contains 630 pieces, takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours of building time. And overall, I have to say I am now officially a big fan of these MIDI scale ships. I hope they do more of these. I hope they don't put them in place of the helmets, which I really enjoy. But if they did, I think it's something that I'd be willing to be satisfied with in the long term. It does come, as I mentioned, with 630 pieces, which include everything except for what you see here, where I've added a Darth Vader minifigure. And I really wish they had added a minifigure to this, because it would really make the value of this particular set just so much more in line with what fans would enjoy. But again, it does provide the space for this. In fact, I actually pulled off these two silver grates, both of which take the places of both the 40th anniversary tile, which is included, and of course the additional Vader figure, which is not included. And I think a nice thing is there's a nice little storage place right up here for it on the title. So that's a nice thing, so you don't have to worry about any loose pieces. They do a great job with overall greebling. I particularly like the use of the trans blue pieces throughout the sides and top to give you that impression of lit areas within the ship itself. They do a very nice job of the greebling throughout the top there to really not overdo it, which was one of my fears at this scale. I wasn't sure how the ship was going to be able to handle any particular detail, since there's only a certain smallness that you can get in a brick, but they did a great job of it overall. So I have to say that I was very impressed with this, and that's what made me a big fan of it. Is it doesn't feel like it's awkward in scale, and all of the parts fit together nicely. And I do particularly like the fact that through the use of hinged plates, you are actually able to get that nice triangular, almost pyramid shape at the top, which I was afraid this was going to look more flat than it actually did come out to be. And the nice thing is, if you had to remove these two side plates, they do come off. There's only 3 actual angled side plates that hold these on, so they're easy to remove if you want to. I'm not going to do it for this particular video, but again, you can remove them fairly easy without having to tear apart the sides. There is a nice Easter egg as you're building that you'll see in there. You actually see a representation of the bounty hunter scene, which is actually from Empire Strikes Back, but again, you know, I think I give them a little bit of a mulligan when it comes to trying to mix the scenes in with these, just because I think it's a nice thing for them to do. But you'll see some very small little 1x round tiles in there that actually emulate the bounty hunters meeting with Darth Vader on the bridge of the Executor. So just keep an eye out for that as you're building. Overall, a very fun build, no major issues whatsoever. I would highly recommend this to anybody that's interested in doing this and kicking off a MIDI scale, or is just looking for a nice, you know, smaller scale capital ship that they'd like to put on a display. This is going right up there on the display with all of my other pieces. Again, the only thing that I recommend is if you happen to have a spare Vader or Grand Moff Tarkin or somebody like that you want to display, by all means, pop off that silver grill like I did and put them on there. One other thing that I did do, and I don't know if you can see it very well here in the foreground, if you look on the box itself, you will see that there are a lot of actual unfinished tile areas at the nose, and I was a little puzzled by that at first. So what I did is I actually took several 1x6 flat plates and actually finished off those areas, and a couple of 1x3s to kind of complete that. And I'm not disappointed in that look, but I can see why maybe they chose not to do it. As you can see there, it doesn't quite fit the flow of the ship as nicely as I would have liked, and there's not really a part that I think actually would do that. So maybe their choice to leave those untiled like that, unsnotted, I guess you would call it. I can understand why they chose to do that, and I may or may not take those off. I mean, it's not a complete eyesore to add those, you know, 6 extra pieces, and for somebody putting on a display, they may not even notice it one way or the other. But I just wanted to point that out, that those 6 tiles are not actually included, and even if you choose to leave those off, you won't be disappointed with the standard build of this. So again, if you have any questions, please feel free to check out the speed time-lapse build that I just posted, and I'd be happy to share any other information or answer any questions you have. This is Old and Surly saying have a great day and keep building.